Hey everybody, it's Daniel here from Mobile Syrup, and we're looking today at the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 2, and this is the updated version to the device that was released in Canada earlier this year, and is sort of the sequel to the 4.8-inch Galaxy S3, and you can see here just how much bigger the Note 2 is than the S3, despite the S3's pretty considerable size. This is a 5.5-inch 720 by 1280 display, and it's no longer pen tile. So a lot of people who were fed up with kind of the fuzziness of text in pen tile displays, Samsung has overcome that and should be coming to its newer devices in the coming months. So you can be very happy about that. Ultimately, what that means is that text is sharper, colors are richer, viewing angles are better, and overall this is just a gorgeous screen. Even though it's slightly lower resolution than the original Galaxy Note, you won't be able to tell. Same design really as the Galaxy S3. You have your hardware button here on the bottom below the screen. It's really nice. This actually feels better than the Galaxy S3. You have your menu button to the left and your back button to the right. On the right side of the device is a power button. On the left is a volume rocker. At the bottom here is your MHL dock, which is a combination micro HDMI and micro USB port. And on the top is a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the back we have a 8 megapixel camera with an LED flash, same sensor and lens as the Galaxy S3, so fantastic shots out of here. And of course we have the S Pen, which is kind of the standard with the Galaxy Note series, and you can see that once we take it out now, you can actually interact directly with the screen. You can see if you hover your S Pen over the screen, there's this thing called Air View, which Samsung has enabled, allowing you to see a cursor and interact with the screen. So if I create a new note, it's pressure sensitive, so I can trace lightly or more heavily. There are tons of features here that are improved over the original Note, although the S Note package has actually been updated for the original Galaxy Note. So you're not missing out on any of the software, but the digitizer, the S Pen itself, are much improved over the original, and you don't get things like Air View with the original Note. So this is a big update even for those who have the original Note. This is fantastic for anybody who takes notes, who likes to sketch or draw, and is not that much more expensive overall than the Galaxy S3. So if you're willing to deal with a bit of extra space, a little bit, you know, it's not quite as big as a 7-inch tablet, and can easily fit in most pockets. So keep that in mind. This is just a better Galaxy S3 and includes an S Pen. That being said, the S Pen has a few more uses. Obviously, if we go into the gallery, you can use it to hover over albums and actually preview what's inside the album. You can see there, you can preview and then scroll between them, and that's really helpful. And you can do the same for video, although I don't have any video preloaded on here. You can see that this is the same version of Android, at least in terms of looks, as the original, as the Galaxy S3. However, if we delve into the menus here, we can actually see that this is running Android 4.1.1 Jelly Bean. And what that means is that there's a few added features that Google brought to the table, including Google Now, which is something that is becoming a lot more useful with Google pushing out updates fairly regularly. You can see here not only do we have weather, but if you are a commuter, it'll push you how long it'll take you to get home. It has places that you can check out in your area. You can actually look up sports scores. You can see when your next appointment is in your calendar. You can actually, if you update the app, it can actually use your Gmail content to track packages or other important information like that. Obviously, Google Chrome is supported, and it is blazing fast. This is running a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor. There's 2 gigs of RAM in here, and it's LTE enabled. So what does that mean? Well, LTE is just the next step in terms of 4G connectivity. This is running on Bell, but obviously this is available on Rogers TELUS and Bell, and we'll show you just how quick that is. You can see that was a 3 megabyte file and it loaded right away. So if I open up speed test, which is the de facto networking benchmark, let's check out just how quickly this goes over the Bell network. You can see I'm getting about 15 megabits down, which is not as fast as I'm used to, but I'm not in a great coverage area for LTE. And I'm also getting about 18, 19 megabytes up, so that's really, really fast. Let's actually change the server, because I see this is in Illinois. So let's wait for this to go. You can also see the ping time is significantly faster than HSPA networks. So let's try that again. Alright, there we go. So we actually are broaching 50 megabits. We got 48 megabits down and 29 megabits up. This is just astoundingly fast. You know what else is pretty good about this is the removable battery. You can see I have my cover here that I got at the launch party, but if we remove it, you can see not only is there a micro SD slot, but there's a 3100 milliamp hour battery here, which is replaceable, and means that if you want, you can get a replacement battery and never have to recharge your phone, or at least rarely. For people who are Android power users, this is not only is a good looking device, but it's got the specs to match. And Samsung's not taking any chances. You can expand this with a 64 gigabyte micro SD card. This comes in 16 and 32 gigabyte varieties, so obviously you're not going to be wanting for storage. Now, if we go into the menu here, you can see there's another couple things that Samsung's added in Jelly Bean, and one of them is called blocking mode, and this is essentially like a do not disturb mode. If you turn this on, you can disable notifications for incoming calls, any messages that you get, the alarms or timers, and it'll also disable the LED indicator at the top of the device. You can also set different times that you want this activated, and you can allow certain contacts, all contacts, or you can create a custom list. It's very easy to set, and it's really helpful. Another thing that Samsung's done is changed or given you an option for home screen, and this is for people who aren't so familiar with Android. Makes things a lot kind of more basic. You have your favorite apps over here, you have your favorite contacts over here, big letters, very easy to set up, nothing confusing, and that's, I think, for people who are new to smartphones in general and would want an easier time of getting to know Android as an OS, because as you know, Android hasn't always been the easiest OS to navigate. So we're back on the basic mode here, and you can see another thing that Jelly Bean brings to the table is expandable notifications. So I can hold the notification for Gmail down with 2 fingers, and I can expand it like that. Different apps are taking advantage of this, and you can swipe away to get rid of it. There's also built-in brightness settings, and you can change a ton of your settings at the top here with the quick settings menu. So you can see here Google now has pushed the weather as well, which is also customizable. So lots of cool stuff here. Flipboard is pre-installed as well. You get 50 gigabytes of Dropbox storage for 2 years, and the camera is blazing fast. So let's go in here and take some photos. I have my trusty Galaxy S3 here, and you can see I'm taking tons of photos very quickly. The Galaxy S3, there's also the ability to enable burst shot, and one other thing you can do, which is really cool, is you can actually use something called blink setting or blink mode. So you can actually check whether people have blinked, and it's called best shot. And this is something that Samsung has recently added as well, and it's very convenient for those who tend to blink during their shots. So you can go in here, and it's called best face, and you can take photos of people and it will detect whether they've blinked, which is really nice. So mostly this is just a really big smartphone, but you can obviously use this as a mini tablet, and it depends on your use case. Sometimes holding this up to your ear may seem a bit absurd. It's quite large, but if you get over that, or if you use a Bluetooth headset, this really is one of the best smartphones on the market. Now, obviously, Google is coming out with its 4.7-inch Nexus 4. There's the LG Optimus G coming out soon. So there's lots of great competition out there, and the Galaxy S3 is still stiff competition for the supremacy in the Android market. But I think that if you're looking for kind of the jack of all trades in the Android market today, and you're not really worried about price, the Galaxy Note 2 is easily one of the best phones available. So, in short, buy the Galaxy Note 2 if you're already thinking about a Galaxy S3 and just want something that's a bit more powerful, a bit bigger, and overall just a bit more versatile. So this has been Daniel from Mobile Syrup. Thanks so much for watching.